Hey kids, Invertical here. Welcome to Shortest Trip to Earth. This is an independent game from IndieDB. Um, these guys here at Interactive Fate have published this out, and it's a free to play game. It's really just a demo of the game that's coming out. I guess they're working on. They just did an update on it earlier. I've played this through a couple of times. When I first tried this demo out, I couldn't put it down. It was one of those ones. It's just I kept coming back to it, kept coming back to it, and I just said, "Well, I got to keep playing it." And I did beat the demo. I did beat the demo, but of course you can't join into the next thing. If I click on continue here, what happens is it says, "Congratulations, you beat it." It goes and gives you this great little warning message, and then you have a survey you can fill out and that kind of thing. And if you play Sector 1, I've unlocked the Savokia. It says hard mode, but honestly, this ship, on level 1 with this ship, there isn't a battle, a combat, anything that you will encounter that's a challenge. Basically, the ship hit points, the armor, the number of modules that this ship contains, the way it's designed, the number of weapons it carries, pretty much makes this ship unbeatable for the first level or two. Of course, this one you need to reach Sector 3, and yeah, you can't do it because you can't get into the next thing. So I'm going to, of course, take the old Rat Empire ship that you normally start off with in this is one of two selections. This one, of course, is fairly easy to use. The Rat ship I find is a lot more challenging, and this is the one I actually beat the mission in the first time. So I'm going to jump in on this. Now, like I said, they just did some updates. I reported a couple of bugs that I encountered, and they actually put some of those fixes in the update. So yeah, let's have at it. I have 15 points. Now this resets every time you play the game, so that'll change apparently later on. Donated technology, salvaged artifact, improvised med bay, decommissioned drone, nukes, get the nukes. Do-it-yourself technology, that's one more technology type thing that you can have, and I am at 12 out of 15, so I have 3 points left. Credits and explosives. The reason for the explosives is the Rat ship requires ammunition to fire. Believe it or not, I have run out of bullets in combat more than once, and there is no way to escape combat except to die. So things to remember. And we're just going to go through the little cutscene here and get on into it. Okay, now of course the first thing that's going to happen is our mothership AI is going to tell us that she's assigned all the crew. Next thing I do, they put paused. They used to have a slow speed, so you could crawl time. It was still progress, but you would crawl time. Defreezed is not a word, by the way. Anybody who ever tries to use defreeze should be smoked in the kisser. So, first thing I check is my cargo. Now, here's the do-it-yourself nuke. We'll install that. Oops. Right click installs. There we go. Technical artifact is just a piece of scrap resources. Scrap gives me some organics, synthetics, and exotics. I have room for all three, so right away we'll scrap that. A combat sensor, do it yourself. 20% ship ride accuracy bonus and a radar bonus. Increases weapons and is in view. Now it doesn't say if this has to be installed. Yes, this is an external mount, so it has to be installed in one of the external slots. Unfortunately, if I replace this, I lose sector range bonus, right? This gives me star map range bonus. I'm going to keep this because what I'll do is I will swap the long range sensor out when I get it. Now there's the next thing. I got a point defense. Ancient point defense. Small caliber anti-meter shower penetrates. It uses energy but not ammunition. If you check on these, they say use ammunition per shot. So this is definitely a replace, and I replaced it with the replaced the cannon with it. Yes, the cannon does more damage and whatnot, but it also uses a lot of ammunition, where this only does 1 damage to hit points, 9% chance of critical. So yeah, not really that big of a damage, but 19% for accuracy, 2% for accuracy. It does less damage but hits more frequently. Things to keep in mind. So that's what we're going to go with, and I got a guy here someplace, and I'm going to make sure he's assigned to that. So we're going to turn on speed here and let everybody move because they're all defrozen. Avatar of independence or freedom knows orders but ignores them. Okay, it's a cat. Now guns are supposed to be automatically set into off mode. Oh good, you're done. So we're going to turn off the guns because I don't want the energy drain on the weapons. And I'm going to take one of these gunners and assign them to the shroomery. We're going to pack that in storage so you don't need it. And this do-it-yourself med bay I'm going to stick in its place because after combat you will want that. So let's go. Oops, I don't want to go warp. Cancel that. I want to go to star map. So now you can see the star systems are rotating around us, so we'll go to the closest thing and start from there. Yeah, give her. Echo harvesting is easy because of the ecosystem is Earth-like and adjusting technology. Great. Harvest. Fruit, seeds, and eggs, we were able to take. Okay, great. Finish that. Now I am going to do is real quick, I'm going to go back to the ship. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to change this combat sensor out anyway. I don't know if that requires a guy or not. Well, it looks like it does. Okay. That might give me a little more. Yeah, it gives me a little bit more space around the ship for vision. Okay. So pull away from the field before we move away. We'll keep exploring. Minimal atmosphere. Explore the planet. Oh, a beautiful giant tree that survives, and I'm sorry the sound is unbearably loud. That happens. I'm going to adjust the sound down here in a second. Giant tree survives on a nutrient seam underneath of it, which is a valuable mineral. Well, as much as I'd like to be generous and say leave the planet untouched, take the tree and the ore. A large warp worm. Ooh. Some crew members. We lost a crew member. Okay. Sometimes being the bad guy isn't always a good thing. And a volcanic planet with an asteroid ring. Prospect for fuel. Fuel's always something I seem to run out of a lot. Install mining equipment. Without incidences, we got a whole bunch of metals. Perfect. Thought I said I wanted... Okay, we see nothing else, so let's hit warp, and we got one sector to go to, so okay, now we don't see anything. That doesn't mean there isn't anything. Sometimes there's stuff floating in the asteroid fields. Okay. Nothing of interest. 2 planets, 1 fleet, and a trade signal. Let's go to the 2 planets with 1 fleet. I don't have the fuel. I do not have fuel to do the warp. Okay, here's a problem I ran into before. If you can't find fuel early on, you could find yourself stranded. Now, there was a problem. Finally, okay, they did fix that. It used to be you couldn't turn on the SOS beacon unless you actually had been in combat, which was really, really, really annoying. Oh, yes, right. I gotta remember to turn down the We will buy whatever we can. Use up those credits. And you have nothing else. Okay, exit. Gives me enough fuel to warp, so we'll do that. We'll warp. There we go. A little bit less annoyingly loud. Actually, it's totally quiet now. Megastorms. Okay, harvest. Frying equipment and damaging our ship. We gained 100 fuel, but we lost some synthetics, metals, and 1 hit point. Okay, let's just do this again here. Settings. There we go. We can at least hear ourselves flying around. Now we have here is a hostile fleet of unknown size. detecting a gas giant type planet. So what I would do is I would go to ship mode, pause everything for a second, and I would turn on that, move this guy to his gun position, turn on that. I have that other sensor already up and manned, so I'm working with 3 weapons and 2 sensors. Now if I had any extra add-ons, I'd have them ready, but we'll turn this on. I said go to that station. There we go. We'll pause that. We'll go to star map. We'll target that. This is the death dance. Let us battle. Okay, so I can pause and target your reactor. Oops, not you. You. Yeah, that little floaty screen is can be very annoying. Shield batteries, fuel tank. Well, shields are not an issue because everything I have penetrates shields, so that's not a big deal. Fuel tank small. Multi-containers, don't worry about. Empty nuke launcher, not worried about. Alright, so we're just going to target 2 on the thing, and a third one I'm just going to target his hull overall. Oh, that's interesting. And normal speed because we don't have any other speed. The reason I target the reactors right away is if I take out his power, it shuts down his ship and his weapons. Like that. Even for just a temporary moment can be sufficient enough to cause you to successfully win the battle. And I can zoom this in. Okay, good. Can I scroll over? I can. Okay, that was a critical hit on the thing. Now I could just do is turn off this gun, save ammunition. This gun which uses only energy to fire, and I will target his hull and let the energy weapon destroy the rest of his hull. Of course, it doesn't take very long. When he's got no ability to move or defend himself. Basically, all of his movement and defense bonuses are at 0, so pretty much all your shots will hit, or a good portion of them will. And it's just a matter of waiting for the reload time. And he's dead.